Last past weekend, we were at the Falcon Invite in Wichita, Kansas, hosted by Friends University, a first-year program, and there's a first-year tournament for them. It was a great tournament, big arena at the Hartman Arena. So it was great to kind of get that big tournament feel early on in the season. I thought we had a great day of wrestling overall. Redshirt junior Marissa Gallegos went 5-0, won her first tournament. Teched her way through the tournament with the exception of her semifinals match against sophomore Elizabeth Miller on our team. And we had a good thing about 123s too is we had 3 girls in the semifinals. So of the 4 semifinals, 3 of them were at 123 pounds were on our team. Claire went 5-1. Dropped her first match, no big deal, a little mistake, but then she came back and rattled off 5 wins in a row. Due to the 6 match limit, we kind of didn't get to wrestle any more matches and finish out third. Alex Brulette, freshman, did really well, placed. Kaylee Haynes, probably one of the best tournaments that she's ever had and best competitions. I think she wrestled fantastic. I'm really excited how she wrestled this weekend and then leading up into this weekend. Overall, great performance by everybody. I thought we got a lot of great matches early on, and that's kind of what these tournaments at the preseason are for, is just to get matches for our girls in so that they can get some competition and be ready to go when it's time to shine.
And looking ahead to this weekend, you got the home open on Saturday and then a duel on Sunday against Dixie State. What are you looking to get out of those two days from all the girls?
Again, I think it goes back to getting matches in, getting the opportunity to compete, and really practice what we've been training on. We've hit a lot of focus areas over the past 2 days since coming back from our competition on just things that we need to fix and we need to tighten up, and maybe some focus areas that we haven't touched on yet. So it's been kind of a focus on that. Obviously, it's never about winning and losing. It's going out and competing, putting our best effort forward. I am excited because you do get to see McKendree come out, which I'm excited. It's the first time that they've made this trip over here. We've gone out to them a bunch of times, so I'm really grateful that Coach Sam and his team are coming out. They're bringing a handful of their team. So get to see the #1 team in the nation here on our campus is fantastic. And then the duel with Dixie State on Sunday, it's just a great opportunity for us to compete at home in a dual meet on campus. We don't get a lot of teams that do that with us, so getting the chance to do a home meet here on campus is what I'm most excited about.
Say first college tournament, you got that out of the way, so now first home event. What are you kind of looking forward to this weekend and kind of springboard into the season?
Definitely what I'm looking forward to is just more time with this team. We're still growing as a team, and even at this past tournament, we already have such a bond where everyone's watching every match, cheering for everyone, and it's going to be amazing to see that in our home tournament, in our home gym, where we have our room in the back and everything, our logos on the doors. I'm really excited to see how that fosters a community as well.
A little more jazzed up with, once Coach says #1 in the nation's coming in to our building.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm really excited. That team is obviously a great team. They've had insane runs in these past few years, but I truly believe that most of our girls can beat their girls. It's not something where we're like out of reach, where they're too good for us. We are right there with them.
Well, and with both the Maverick Open and the Sunday, what's it going to be like for you getting just more matches under your belt and seeing just more college wrestlers? What's it going to do for you? How does it add to your wrestling game and everything like that?
Mostly what it does is it just gives me more opportunity to wrestle perfect. That's what I always go into matches thinking, is wrestle perfect. I don't have to make mistakes. And so when I do that, every time I wrestle a match perfectly or with minimal mistakes, that's one more notch, one more cookie in the cookie jar where I can go in and say, I can do this, I can wrestle perfectly. And so when I get into those tough matches, I go back on that. I go back on those matches where I wrestled a tournament and then a duel the very next day, and I was still able to wrestle perfectly.
Now they're here. Is that going to kind of set you guys up in this program to have more teams come in, and then what's it going to look like what's the success against McKendree?
I think anytime we get one of the top teams here, right? McKendree's coming. We've been asking King and Emmanuel, any of those top, Simon Frazier. It's good for us. I think it's good for the sport of women's wrestling, right? I think even if we were to go to McKendree, when we went to King last year and it was McKendree, Emmanuel, us, right? When you have the top teams in the nation competing against each other, it really highlights women's wrestling as a whole. You know, I don't really put emphasis on it in the sense that, like, hey, McKendree's number one and they're coming here. That's not what it's about. It's about we're getting an opportunity to wrestle some other great people and get to challenge ourselves. And I think it's exciting for the community to see that, too. They get to see what top women's wrestling is like, right? Not that they don't get to see us compete very often, but when they do, they get to see us compete. And then when they get to see us compete against somebody that's really talented like that, it just makes it a better overall environment. You know, you can kind of go into when it's a similar scenario, a Western versus Mesa duel, right? That environment is electric, right? Unfortunately, not staying to duel us, which is, you know, a bummer, but at least them coming out to compete at the tournament is great for us. It's great for the sport. I'm excited for them, and I'm just appreciative of them coming out as well. I think that's a big thing. Coach Sam and I are really great friends. We talk daily sometimes, and it's really fun to have them finally come out and see our campus and compete here.
You mentioned camaraderie with the team. What was the first travel gig like for you?
Well, I love road trips, so it was a little bit different for me because I absolutely love bus rides. Most people don't like it, but just being on the bus with the team and just playing games and sleeping on the way back, that was the best part, I would say. Not sitting in the freezing cold arena, though there was some team camaraderie there, just in the how bad our joints hurt from the air rushing in through the doors. But overall, just everyone I felt like was in my corner. Everyone was just there for me in every single match. Like our athletic trainer, Becca, she was just as much of the team. She was there supporting us in every step of the way. Like, she was giving us anything we needed. And the support was just unrivaled. And it really makes a big, big difference, especially in those long days when you're getting near the end, just to be able to do it for your team, to find that motivation in your team.
We've kind of, made a big deal about, one team and everything else, but what does it mean to you guys to have this important competition already this early in the season?
I've never stepped away from a challenge for our team. We've always set up our schedule so that way we're seeing some of the best competition. Seeing them early gives us opportunities to make personal adjustments, right? And if we lose a match, we learned something. We didn't lose. We learned something, right? If we win a match, we learned something. It's never about like, oh man, they beat us. It's about opportunity to see them, right? Claire has been able to train with some of those girls from Washington that are on McKendree's team, so she gets to see some of them training-wise, but then now she gets to actually wrestle them in a competition. Some rivalry matchups, that we always look forward to. It's just a good environment for us. I think it's exciting to have them in, and I'm ready for them to come and compete here because I feel like we've traveled everywhere, and finally have them come this way is a lot of excitement for me.
We talked about it a couple weeks ago too, right? With Opens being so important this year, but what is Bronson going to feel like on Saturday? You know what I mean? With all these girls wrestling and everybody wrestling at the same time, what is it going to be like?
It's going to be an electric environment. I think a little bit different. The casual wrestling fan will be able to come in and see two different styles of wrestling going on. You're going to have men's collegiate folk style going on, and then you're going to have women's collegiate freestyle going on. And being able to watch both teams compete here, I think it's an exciting thing to have both the men's and women's open at the same time. You get to kind of pick out your favorite male wrestler and your favorite female wrestler of the weekend and follow them along and watch them compete. And then you might pick up a new fan favorite just by being around. And then again, doing the double duel, that double header, if you will, on Sunday. It just gives our opportunity for our fans to see. It's going to be an exciting event for us. We're going to kind of put everybody out that we can on Saturday, and then, kind of our starting lineup on Sunday, the kind of first peek at our starting lineup for the year.
Well, and Coach, you guys have the open Saturday, the dual Sunday, and then you guys have like a weird kind of long break until your next tournament. What's kind of the plan for this weekend? You're going to try to get some new girls out there and get them some experience, try some new things. What's kind of the plan for this weekend?
The plan, I want to get a lot of the younger girls, they need matches into collegiate level, right? You have a lot of freshmen on our team. I think when we traveled this weekend, the majority of our team was a freshman or a sophomore, right? And even, if you will, COVID freshman, if you will. And looking at our lineup, I think half of our team is going to be freshmen too. So getting them those matches is so valuable. The break between now and our next competition is well thought out, well planned. It's kind of scheduled in there for reasons being so that way we can peak at the right times. We kind of go back to back, and then we have some time off, and then we're going to kind of go quick turnaround trip to northern Montana, or did I say northern Montana, Montana, and then we have again week or two off, and then we're back in California at a big dual tournament and individual tournament. So it's all in the grand plan of peaking and periodization, so where we're at. So again, we're going to try to get everybody matches this weekend, as many as we can, and then again, Sunday, I think it's really about our starting lineup and highlighting them on the mat.
Question of the week.
What is a hidden talent you possess?
I'm really good at card tricks. It's part of my thumb rehab too, so it's really exciting.
I don't even know if I have a hidden talent. I really don't have a hidden talent. I don't even know.
Play an instrument?
No. Oh, I can mow the yard really well. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on how to mow the yard, so I guess that's my hidden talent. If you need a yard mowed, you know how to